It felt like I had to give my daughter a chance at a future.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take real life, real culture, real scandals, and see what they expose about us, about faith, and about how we move through this messy world. Today's Deep Dive, Operation Varsity Blues.
They had every advantage, and yet they still cheated.
The college admission scandal that blew up the world. A bunch of super wealthy parents, including celebs like Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman, literally bought fake test scores and athletic credentials to get their kids into elite schools. Sounds wild, but under the headlines, this story shows us exactly how far people will go when they believe they or their kids aren't enough on their own. Quick recap if you missed it. In 2019, the FBI uncovered a huge cheating operation where families paid a shady admissions coach to forge SAT scores, fake sports photos, bribe coaches, all so their kids could get into Ivy League and top-tier schools.
And students would get in fights because some people were friends with the people involved. But I had group projects with people and I would literally be like, how did you get into this school? I'm no genius, but I swear that at least 25% of the people I encountered at USC, is anything going on up there? I don't know. I do feel for the athletes whose spots literally were taken by people who weren't even playing the sport.
It wasn't cheap. Some families paid $500,000 or more. And what's wild is these kids weren't failing. They were average to good students, but average wasn't enough. This whole scam was driven by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being normal, fear that if you don't get into the right school, your whole life is doomed. Fear that your worth is tied to the brand name on your degree. Does that sound familiar? It's the same lie that so many of us swallow every day. If I don't perform perfectly, I won't be accepted. Now, let's break this down. Performance mindset says do more, be better, get in the room at any cost. These parents didn't trust the truth that their kids were already worthy. Instead, they hustled, manipulated, bribed, all to slap on a false identity. But here's the kicker. When your worth depends on performance, you do anything to keep up the image. You'll spend money you don't have, you'll compromise integrity, you'll build your whole life on fake trophies, hoping no one finds out who you really are. And let's be real, maybe you're not faking SAT scores, but how many of us fake a smile, fake being okay, fake spiritual discipline we're not really living? Because we're scared if people saw the real us, they'd say, not enough, rejected, unworthy. So what's the root of all this? In my opinion, fear of rejection. Think about it. These kids could have gotten rejected by a college and still lived amazing lives. It happens all the time. But their families were so terrified of that momentary no.
So it was sort of like my daughter's future, which meant I had to break the law.
That they risked everything, jail time, reputation, legacy to keep it from happening. And we do it too. We work ourselves to exhaustion so no one says we're lazy. We overcommit so no one thinks we're unreliable. We people please so no one leaves. All because we've never really believed that rejection isn't the same as unworthiness. A no doesn't define you. It redirects you. But fear makes you forget that. And here's the final layer. At the end of the day, Operation Varsity Blues wasn't really about school. It was about belonging. It was about wanting to sit at the elite table. It was about proving to the world, I am one of you. But belonging that has to be bought, forged, or faked, that's not real belonging. It's bondage, and we do it too. How many rooms have we stayed in that God never called us to just to feel included? How many fake friendships, fake spiritual poses, fake work personas, all because we think real belonging is earned. Newsflash, real belonging is given, not earned. That's the kingdom. That's Jesus. So, what does this teach us about the lie of not enough? 1. Performance will exhaust you. You'll lose sleep, money, and integrity chasing approval you already have in Jesus. Rejection isn't fatal. God uses it to redirect, protect, and prepare you for what's actually yours. Belonging isn't bought. It's given by the one who calls you beloved. No bribes, no scams, no perfect SAT scores required. So, if you feel like you're hustling to belong, pause. Check your heart. Ask yourself, What door am I trying to force open that God never locked? What room am I begging to get into when God already set a table for me? If this hits, day 7 in the workbook is literally called Always Enough, because you don't have to forge your way in, you're already invited. All right, quality fam, that's it for today's deep dive. If you want more, subscribe, share, and grab your copy of From Breadcrumbs to Beloved. Let's stop begging for crumbs when Jesus already made you family. See you next time. Stay free and stay loved.